It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Screen coming. Nikola Jokic. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Nothing going here on that drive. Gets a look. Can't hit. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Misses the first. Knocks down the second after missing the first. To DeRozan. Nikola Jokic swats it. And that one out of bounds off a nugget. Stuffs it down with authority.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Nikola Jokic, he's never made the playoffs, but upon further review, he is a special center.
Got that 5-year extension for $146 million, and I'm willing to say this, he will be one of the future centers in the game.
Can't connect. Down the lane, but the shot won't fall. Baseline drive, but he can't finish. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
He throws it down. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Has a look. Knocks it down off the step back.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Here comes the screen. To DeRozan. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark. To Jokic. Throws it up. Knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
And I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
Jokic. Oh, Nikola Jokic. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Count it.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Nuggets have the possession. They go to Jokic, down low. Throws it down.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
DeRozan with it. Down 3. Goes to the left side. To DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan. 3 for 4. Good start.
From somebody who loved to score a lot himself. Defensively, if you are guarding me in a parallel position, I can have whatever I want when I want. You have to force this guy to go one direction, make him go towards his weak hand, and then contest that shot.
Pass there, taken away by Denver. Nuggets with the basketball. Nuggets reclaim it. And that one out of bounds off a Nugget. To Rudy Gay. DeMar DeRozan looking good. 4 for 5.
Old school equals high percentage.
Murray into the front court. It's a one. Point game, 13-12. Yes, and a foul. Hell of a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
And he missed the free throw. Doesn't get the bounce.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Right now, San Antonio's possession to DeRozan. Surveys the floor. Short jumper stays out.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
DeRozan with the basketball. They trail by 7. From the outside, no good. Murray into the front court. His team up by 7.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Cruises inside for 2.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Jokic. Short jumper off the mark.
That's called a heat check right there. Surprised he missed that one. That was an open look.
Trying to take it all the way, but it's no good.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Harris, defended by the UConn product. No, he missed a short one there.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
I 100% guarantee you that was not the play call, but a bucket is a bucket.
Denver ball right now. Jokic. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Nikola Jokic. Couple of free throws on the way. A career 83% free throw shooter. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Takes it coast to coast, and the strong finish at the rim. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. Now the Nuggets signaling for timeout as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. To Jokic. Wide open look, won't go. He gets it.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Murray with it. They're down 3. Miles Bridges. Down low, Jokic. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
San Antonio ball to DeRozan. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Murray with the basketball. 5-point game. Oh, he blocked it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
DeRozan with it. Looking to make something happen. And a chance coming up at the line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
First one, count it. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Murray into the front court. Now down 6. Has a chance. Murray's shot won't fall. Pass to the rim.
Hey, match up, match up, match up. I got ball. That's me. Come on, yo.
Jamal Murray. It's corralled by San Antonio. To DeRozan. And finishes strong. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Jokic. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Nothing going here on that drive. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short on the shot.
Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot clock to 4 for the Nuggets. Knocks it down from mid-range.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
To DeRozan. Scores from the post.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Nuggets have the possession. Sizing up the defense. To Gibson. That's no good.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Now whistle. San Antonio is going to use a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. To DeRozan. Five to shoot for San Antonio. Rebound taken in by the Nuggets. Murray into the front court. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. Ah, the monster stuff.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
To DeRozan. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Oops, he missed the first one. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. It's Denver's ball to Taj Gibson. Can't connect from in close. DeRozan with the basketball. Up 5.
Defense, let's go.
Gets a shot up off the mark. Jumper's good. Straight on 3 at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first quarter. The Spurs have the lead. Jay, one quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
Yeah, both teams have came out. They played with great energy, and they've also done an excellent job of establishing their own tempo. They have to make sure they have to push through that and do more of that in the second quarter.
To Aldridge. Whoa! What a finish!
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Spurs have it. Oh, nice find for the basket.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Murray with it. We're a minute into the second quarter. Here comes the screen. Gary Harris, defended by the former Longhorn Aldridge. Got it.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Here comes the screen. And he scores. Euro step into the rim, Jay.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Baseline drive. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Down to Warren. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
T.J. Warren trying to cash in on the three-point play. Shoots it at 75% for his career. Missed the foul shot. Nice finish at the rim.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Murray with the basketball. Down 5. Oh, errant pass as it's taken away.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Murray into the front court. He'll run the offense. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
San Antonio with the basketball. Probing the defense. That one's going to be out of bounds. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Finds a shoot. Can't connect. Jamal Murray up against DeRozan. Oh, big finish at the rim.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
To Aldridge. Rudy Gay. With the interception, great defensive play.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Murray into the front court. Down 3. To Miles Bridges. They go to Jokic. Down low. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
And the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
It goes down.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Oh, yes, me and you.
Trying to cash in. He connects. Had all the time in the world. Too easy.
Ooh, I'm telling you from experience, his teammates will never let that one down.
To Aldridge. Knocked loose. Nuggets have it. Cleans it up. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
DeRozan with the basketball. Count the bucket for two.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Time for some new personnel into the game. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Nikola Jokic at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. To Rudy Gay. Count the basket at the rim.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge. He's going to get 3 shots here. For his career, 80% at the line. First one goes down. Knocks down the second free throw. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Jokic. Short jumper off the mark. DeRozan with it. Leads 4. Tosses. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Shifting gears. Here come some substitutions.
I got him. I got ball.
DeRozan with the basketball. Up by 6. To Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay slams it down. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Got a piece of it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Spurs in possession. To DeRozan. Layup goes down. Well done.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Jamal Murray here against LaMarcus Aldridge. To Jokic. Able to convert inside.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Here's a chance from long range. Man, that was a tough shot.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Miles Bridges. Murray with it. Down 11.
I got him. Here we go. Here we go.
Here comes the screen. Baseline drive. Knocks it down off the step back.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
DeRozan to Aldridge. Nothing going here on that drive. LaMarcus Aldridge. He's 2 for 2 now.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Denver's got it. To Jokic. No good. Defense catching a break there.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off 2 legs and expect the contact.
Murray with the basketball. His guys trail by 13. Here comes the screen. Can't connect from in close. To DeRozan. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Murray into the front court. Trailing by 15. To Miles Bridges. Has a look. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready. End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
They go down low. Murray scores from the post. Spurs will take the timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. To DeRozan. To Aldridge. Markieff Morris sends it away. And count the basket.
This is a statement game for this unit. This defense has generated a lot of easy offense. And the one thing we know in the league, easy offense is hard to come by.
To Jokic. And counted at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Murray into the front court. Looking to make something happen. LaMarcus Aldridge pins it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
And an 8-second violation. It's going the other way. Jokic gets a look, can't hit. Deep two there, won't go. Late heave to beat the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Spurs entered the locker room with a comfortable lead. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the San Antonio Spurs. The Nuggets are in need of some changes at the half. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Denver Nuggets.
Game track. Blocks.
The San Antonio Spurs have been making the kind of defensive impact that can affect the team mentally. After a lot of those blocks, you'll start to see guys more hesitant and second-guessing shot opportunities.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
The jumper's off the mark.
So many teams just try to beat you with their offense. Well, your offense can only take you so far. The one thing that's supposed to travel, whether you're home or away, is your defense. That's your staple.
To Aldridge. DeRozan. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Come on, you knew that setup was coming the whole game. Ah, but you were patient and you waited until the right moment to use it.
Nice pass to Sefton. Stuffs it down with authority.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
To DeRozan. Short jumper stays out. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Jokic matched up with DeRozan. And he finishes at the rim.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
To Rudy Gay. Gary Harris matched up with Aldridge. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
That's going to get out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan. Nuggets have the possession. To Jokic. The drive, right to the basket, straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Rudy Gay. The Spurs with 4 in the shot clock. To Rudy Gay. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation. To Jokic. Oh, they called the foul, Jay.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Lays it up and in.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Right now, San Antonio's possession. DeRozan. Probing the defense. To Rudy Gay. DeRozan buries it on the catch and shoot.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Turns and slams it down. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
DeRozan. Cleans the offensive glass. LaMarcus Aldridge. Looking good. 4 for 5.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Lobs it up. The pass set it all up.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Nuggets with the basketball. To Jokic. Driving right to the basket. And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2.
Everybody pick up, Dia.
To Aldridge.
Double.
Murray with it. Down by 15. Rises for the slam.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
San Antonio ball.
On your right.
Take stock of the floor. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. To Miles Bridges. Jokic. My goodness, did you see that, Jay?
That's nasty. Just disrespectful.
Miles Bridges slams it down.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Aldridge. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Aldridge. Works it to Rudy Gay. Has a chance. Oh, he was wide open. And it's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
I know these mishaps happen defensively, but sometimes this can be the best thing for an offensive player who maybe hasn't found his rhythm yet. Don't let him get going.
Markieff Morris. Tips it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Miles Bridges. To Jokic. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Pick up, pick up, pick up.
And the finish at the rim.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
To Jokic. Throws it down.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Screen coming. Offensive board. From long range. Aaron Holiday at the line. Nope. First one does not go. And he hits the second. Denver ball right now. To Jokic. Here comes the screen. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
And he connects on the first free throw. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. The follow won't go either. I don't know what the defender was doing there, but count the points.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Aldridge. Five seconds to shoot. And 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way.
You know, Ed, people don't understand. Tough shots are practiced every single day. With all these different contraptions out there to contest your shot, guys shoot 500 made shots a day. This is the new norm.
DeRozan with it. His team leads it by 10. Fires There's the three. He was all over him.
Oftentimes, one of the ways to negate one of the best shooters in the game is to make him work off the ball. By making him work, you're taking his legs away from that shot.
DeRozan, defended by Warren. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
DeMar DeRozan trying to cash in on a three-point play. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Now a pass stolen by the Spurs.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
To Miles Bridges. Nothing going here on that drive. Miles Bridges. Oh, had him going there for a second. To Miles Bridges. For three. That's good D. Shot no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Off the assist.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Nuggets have the possession. To Miles Bridges. The screen sets him up for two.
Oh, he buckled his knees so bad, it didn't matter if he scored or not. That's a win for the internet.
Defense! Defense, let's go!
To DeRozan. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Knocks down the first. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. To DeRozan. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Ah, rocking the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first three quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. And scores. Strong take. Long key from three-quarters court, three-quarters down. All Spurs so far. It's the Nuggets. with the basketball to start the fourth quarter. And they're not totally out of it just yet, but you'd have to say they have lots of work to do to get back in this game.
They probably have to put together some kind of 10-0 run to get back in this ball game, but this is when an opportunity has a chance to become magical. I've been part of it, and I've seen it happen so many different times. Just because a team has been dominating you the last couple of quarters doesn't mean that you can't start believing in yourself, that you can do anything you want to do on the court at any given time. You watch, once you start to believe, you'll get back in this game.
Murray with the basketball. Down a bundle. Gary Harris, defended by DeMar DeRozan. And strokes it.
So deadly. Now look, part of that is God-given talent, but the other part is that ball speed combined with that handle. Oh, that's off the charts. But he always finds a way to slow himself down right before he goes into that shot.
To DeRozan. Add 2 points to the board.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Spurs have it.
Lock up.
To Rudy Gay. Surveys the floor. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw's good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. Murray into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
And a throwdown.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Not that time. To Rudy Gay. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody